Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today we're going to be covering some more additional patch notes that dropped a few days ago. These kind of slid under the radar for me. I'm not really sure how I missed them, but, you know, with MC coming out and a lot going on there, you know, sometimes I do miss them. But you guys really seem to enjoy these videos, so I want to make sure that I get these notes to you, because if I missed them, chances are you guys probably missed them also. But before we begin in the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So I am going to switch it over here to the patch notes and dive right into them. So we have Burning Essences will now always drop from the Dark Coffer and Blackrock Depths. Librams of Resilience now have an additional chance to drop from certain bosses in Blackrock Depths and Blackrock Spire. When Might of Stormwind is restored from a Chrono Boon, the buff will now appear properly in the tooltip. You may now mount while Gift of Gob is activated. Sandstorm now correctly hits enemies in line of sight. And Decay internal cooldown increased by 3 seconds. Pix Zazix offers the Darkstone Caster offhands for 50 Undermine reels each. This is a huge change because these are close to pre-bis. While we don't intend to put everything of this nature onto the vendor, the offhands from Sunken Temple felt right to us. Mixology now gives 2 potions instead of 3. I guess it was supposed to give 2 the whole time, but it gave 3. But, you know, 3 was nice. I liked that, especially with Arcanite, but I've already talked about that in yesterday's video. This is also what I talked about in yesterday's video. Profession with adjusted level requirements for Expert and Artisan ranks have returned to their original level requirements. So the 35 to 40, or from 41 to 35 and 26 to 25. The Idol of the Moon tooltip updated for accuracy and clarity. The Idol of the Moon now correctly applies to Starfall and Sunfire. The Idol of Brutality now applies to Mangle Bear. The Idol of Ferocracy no longer incorrectly discounts Mangle Bear. Idol of the Dream now correctly affects Swipe Cat. So just Druid Idols getting fixed. Mage changes. Players now can only have 1 Mana Shield active at a time. If an equal or higher rank of Mana Shield is cast on a target, it will override the previous Mana Shield. So I guess you could put Mana Shield with the Advanced Warding helmet. I guess you could D-rank your Mana Shield and put it on like 6 people at once, which is kind of insane. Pretty OP. Fixed an issue with Rewind Time, where refreshing Temporal Beacon on a target after the target took damage, which would make any damage taken before the refresh not get healed by Rewind Time. That is probably the most confusing sentence you'll ever read, but it sounds like the Rewind Time room is fixed and working correctly instead of incorrectly. Improved Arcane Missiles now grants 20% spell pushback resistance per talent point to regeneration and mastery regeneration, and 14% spell pushback resistance per talent point to arcane blast. So nice to see that that's working with the arcane runes finally. It's bad when talents just are there and just not working. Mass regeneration will refresh Temporal Beacon each time it heals a target instead of just when initially hitting the target. That's awesome, because now you'll feel like you want to really channel it to get the AoE heal instead of just tapping it once to put the beacon on everyone. Next we have Blessing of Sanctuary and Greater Blessing of Sanctuary no longer stack. That's a good change. Definitely don't want 2 Paladin Blessings up at the same time. Libram of the Concentrated is no longer removed by ticks of Hallowed Ground. That's good. Malleable Protection's Vision of Divine Protection now correctly has a 5-minute cooldown. Malleable's Protection version of Divine Protection will correctly share cooldown between its 2 ranks and Divine Shield. I know a lot of Paladins were really upset about that change. I don't really know why. If it has a long cooldown, it has a long cooldown. The cooldown of Paladin's Adventure Shield has been reduced to 15 seconds, was 30 seconds, and the duration on its Move Zero effect has been reduced to 5 seconds, was 10. So they cut its cooldown in half, and they cut its slow in half, so that's fine. I like that. I know they changed it in Phase 1 because of PvP. Juju Might no longer egregiously benefits from improved inner fire talent. That's good. Vampiric Embrace heal range increased from 30 to 40 yards, and Rampage now appears as a buff when activated. We scroll down. This is a cool comment, something I never really thought of. Any chance of upon completing the 0.5 fully on a character, that all of our alts can have access to Mulkfar to purchase the items without needing to do 0.5 again. Would be a nice quality of life. I'm dreading, even with all the great changes, of doing it for a third time. That dude's crazy. He's trying to do it a third time. Then we have even more changes that they added. Increase the number of Fireland Invaders, Obsidian Reavers, and Obsidian Surger spawns for the Blackrock Mountain event, which is really awesome because they're kind of all we're right in front of the mountain there. Might of Storm and Buff will now appear properly in the tooltip when a Chrono Boon is used. Devil Core leggings and Devil Core gloves now drop from additional sources other than King Mosh, so that's really good to see because that camp was getting ridiculous. They were just tens or hundreds of people just sitting at his spawn points when I went down there in Agoro for just a quest and video and farming stuff. I just saw a ton of people camping the spawn. All of the revamped or new Molten Core items that were strictly unique are now unique equipped to allow Master Looters to hold these items during raids. That's awesome. As someone who Master Loots for our guild, does loot, it feels good to be able to have that instead of have to, deal with putting them and moving them a ton. Mainly like Eye of Shadow, that one's a pain in the butt, but, you probably shouldn't have more than one. Season of Discovery versions of recipes should be available from their trainers, making turn-ins for profession quests possible. That's good. I think they sort of changed these or modified them to where it was like impossible to get. I'm not too sure. Mage Rewind Time can no longer be cast if the target will not benefit from its healing. That's good, so you can't waste a cast of Rewind Time. I've never really used that rune because it's been such a pain in the butt to use, but priests who did not have Divine Spirit talent are now prevented from casting higher ranks of Divine Spirit and Prayer of Spirit. That's odd. I'm not really sure where that is. I guess there was a way to bug it to get Divine Spirit and Prayer Spirit even without the talent, so that's interesting. Rogues, the cooldown on Shuriken Toss has been reduced to 20 seconds, was 30 seconds. Warlock Shadow Flame will no longer be overwritten by improved Shadow Bolt. And finally, Warrior's Last Stand has been reduced to 3 minutes. So that is pretty much all of the changes, guys. Each and every one of those seems pretty reasonable to me. Just a lot of tweaks, a lot of class stuff. With SOD and all the experimental features, obviously there's going to be a lot of mistakes, things not working as intended. Us classic players love to just break the game for fun and, most efficient, most overpowered thing that we can do. So I see where a lot of those fixes, while I might not have encountered them specifically, I can see where a lot of those came from. And then just some general overall quality of life things to make the game better. I really kind of actually liked that 0.5 questline suggestion. Since the vendor gear is there, you would still have to go out and get your 8 pieces, but then you could just, trade them in, similar to how you do with Thorium Brotherhood Timbermaw, trade in a piece of gear for the epic piece if you have it done on your account, because they've shown us they can do it with the Oni quest line. They've shown us they've done it. They've shown that it is available and able to be done. So another quality of life change for us, I think, would be really awesome like that. I'm for it, but I also have a druid at 60 that I haven't even started the quest on, so a little bias there. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching this. I would love to hear what you think about all these changes, if you think they're good, bad, and tell me why. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. It truly means a lot to me. If you happen to find anyone that you know would also benefit from watching this video, please share it with them. It helps me out a ton and allows me to keep doing what I love every single day, and that is gaming and sort of helping people any way that I can. So finally, thank you so much, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Goodbye.